Today we're going to talk about my watermelon, cucumber, and tomato garden. Alright, this, as you can see, these are my sugar babies. I have 4 sugar baby plants, and I have 2 normal larger watermelon plants. I planted these 2.5 weeks after Memorial Day. A little late, a couple weeks actually late. They should have been in the ground by Memorial Day, no later. From my understanding, this is my very first garden. I'm not an expert at this, and I don't claim to be. I just wanted to see how I could do with growing watermelons in Rhode Island. Now, this is also containing cucumbers, your normal variety of cucumbers. I have 36 cucumber plants. As you can see, they're nice and full, nice and green. It's August 7th, and they're pretty full, and they just now started producing full-size cucumbers. Let's see if I can get a hold of one here and possibly show you. I'm gonna jump on over here in the garden and see how I can find you one maybe. Alright, here's one right on the other side. He's not a bad size. And you can see there's also one in there. It's still not a bad size. I've got one here on the ground. They're producing decently, and still producing smaller ones. As you can see, I have a very full plant, plenty of flowers, bees doing their thing as far as the cucumber goes. And like I said, I planted these late, and they've taken off pretty well. I should be able to eat cucumbers for the next few weeks here, depending on the temperature. These right here, tomato plants, not so good. These were supposed to be big beefs, and I'm not seeing the big beef tomato on these here. So, I mean, these are rather small. I've already picked a couple, and like I said, they're rather small. I know some of the pruning, like I said, I'm still learning. Some of the pruning is not proper. I gotta learn how to definitely take the bottoms down, take all the sucker plants off, all the sucker limbs, so you call them, without hurting the plant. But like I said, I am learning. This is a fun thing to do. You don't really need a lot of time to do a small garden. It's not like you're dedicating your whole life to doing a small garden. But if you want to grow fresh fruits and vegetables, I do suggest you give it a try. Rough start off, I mean, for me was probably about $100 in just fencing and supports for the fence. And I went with a small chicken mesh because we have rabbits, and I prefer them not to be in my garden. And they won't bother jumping over. And I have the stones around the sides so they can't burrow themselves under also. And so far, I haven't seen any in my garden, other than probably once when I lost a couple of small baby watermelons, which was okay. You're going to lose a couple here and there for some reason or another. As you can see, they're doing pretty well. You know, I've got one there. I got another one coming out here. You know, the downfall to letting the vines grow upwards is if you get any watermelons that pop up, it's going to be hard to control them from breaking the vine once they get larger. So what I did on this one was, as you can see, I noticed he was popping through. I snipped the fence, I snipped my gate, just snipped it so the vine can actually lay him down onto my cobblestone here, which I'll end up putting a piece of wax paper under him. I just haven't done it yet. That's just one of the ideas that I might have. If you grow a style of garden like this and you have fencing as such. Also, I have a couple of more decent ones here, as you can see. He's got some nice size to him, this gentleman here. And I also have some inside here. You want to take a look? See, there's some more in here. I have a rather large one over here. I can't quite reach him, but he's there. The bees all buzzing around here. I don't want to get stung. I want them to do their job. So, not sure how well this garden is doing. I only know what it's doing for me. Alright, I'm not sure if it should be doing much better. Should it be producing more? Or am I doing pretty decent with it? So, as you can see, I got some more small ones popping up. You can see that. He's going to be problematic because he's up in the air. Also have a couple more. As you can see, this is what they look like when they're tiny. You know, after the bee has done its job. You know, as you can see, the bee pollinating over there. I should end up with a bunch more. As you can see, I got plenty of flowers. And I've yet to determine what the male flower looks like over the female flower. I've been doing some research, and they say that you can pollinate yourself without relying on the bee to guarantee your, to guarantee your odds of getting fruit. I'm not sure how true that is. I haven't tried it, especially not this year, being my first year. Like I said, I'm not an expert, as you can see. Some people will probably see this and go, wow, you look terrible in there, you got them so cluttered. But I didn't expect this. I honestly did not expect the growth that these watermelons have. And I did do some research prior to this. Not to say that I went into this totally blind. My friend has a garden he also grows summer squash, which I'm going to try next year along with butternut squash. This right here was very fun. I enjoyed watching it. It didn't take a lot of time. Like I said, it does not take a lot of time. And contrary to what they say online and the experts here, I kept my garden watered. I think I only missed 1, maybe 2 days of watering. I kept the garden very well moist as far as that goes. And to keep the weeds down, what I did first was I actually went in here by hand and I dug up all the weeds. I kind of tilled it by hand. With a shovel, the old school style. I pulled out all the weeds by hand myself with a rake. Raked it nice, left it soft on the top. And then what I did was I took the compost grass from my yard. I bagged it all. And I came in, as you can see, this right here is just yard grass. And it keeps the soil nice and moist underneath. Not to mention, kills all the weeds that want to produce, that want to come out. As you can see, I do not have a lot of weeds in here. You will get a couple popping up here and there, but like I said, just take a second, you go pull them right out, try and get them by the root. Don't let your plants grow with weeds. I found that it's not a very good thing to let weeds take over your garden, and that should be common knowledge. I'm sure there is a couple of beneficial weeds out there that will probably help you out in your garden, but same concept with anything here. If you don't want a weed in there, you're not sure about it, pull it. Get it out of there. You don't want it to take a chance on risking it starving your plants, stealing all the nutrients from your plants. I would definitely rather eat a watermelon than anything else out of this garden. So that's just a little information on my garden, how I started it. Any feedback on this would be very much appreciated. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm sure I did a lot of things wrong here. And any kind of feedback on that, and any suggestions, like I said I'm trying the wax paper on these, um, just to possibly keep the contaminations down from possible fungus or mold or anything growing or bugs feeding on them underneath the soil. So like I said, I'm not sure if that's a good thing, if that's a bad thing. But like I said, I'll find out. So far, they look like they're growing quite nice, and there's no rot on them or any kind of disease showing up. I do not use any insecticides, just so you know. This is just a natural garden. The only thing I do use, and I'll show you that right now, is this is what I did use. I used 3 treatments of that, no more, and I wanted to see how it would go, seeing that this was virgin soil. I didn't add anything to the soil. It was just the soil that was here in my backyard, and to be honest with you, there used to be a mint garden here. It used to be nothing but mint, and it wasn't maintained. It was just overgrown mint, and that's where I started. I wanted to get rid of all the mint and start a garden, and that's what I did. So again, this is my little creation and nature's help. All I did was maintain it and try to do my best. Look at the bee doing his job. He's pollinating over there, jumping from plant to plant. It's pretty cool watching nature do their thing. Don't worry about the bees. Trust me, I go in here and I reach in there all the time. As long as you're not attacking them, they'll just keep doing their thing. You'll hear them buzzing around. So that is my garden. I do suggest that you, if you do enjoy growing things, definitely grow the watermelons, if you like watermelons, because there's not too many people that do not like watermelons. I'm hoping to get at least a dozen or so watermelons. It's not a lot, like I said, it's my first time. A dozen or so watermelons out of 4 sugar baby plants is probably not a lot. And I'm probably getting less because of how bunched up I have them. I don't have them appropriately spaced apart, but I have a small garden. So that's one of the reasons why I chose the sugar babies. Any questions that you might see that I've done that I didn't explain in the video, please by all means just send me an email or a comment. I'll be glad to answer you any questions. Like I said, I'm a noob when it comes to this. This is my first time doing it. As you can see, it's very full. I obviously didn't do too many things wrong, but I'm sure I did quite a bit to you people that are actually gardeners and grow this for a living, or have done it very every year with your experience. So any questions, please feel free to ask, and I hope you enjoyed my little video. Thank you.